My name is Jacob Pang Isaacson. I am an art teacher, tattoo artist, but also a martial arts instructor. Now, last episode we talked about the martial arts, so today we're going to China to get tattooed. All right. Today we're getting a tattoo in Hefei, China, and we have traveled all the way from Sweden, and we're getting traditional watercolor tattoos here. My wife Mimi is right behind me, behind these curtains at the studio, getting a stencil right now, and tomorrow it's my turn. So here we are actually at my teacher's studio in China. This was our first, not our first meeting, but the introduction to the later internship. This is my teacher. Her name is An Ke, and she is a Chinese new style tattoo artist. But it's very important also that she is doing Chinese fine line tattooing. So depending on what style perhaps you were tattooing before, Chinese new style became a trend, there is different ways of doing it. So the motifs are very similar. It's watercolor and it's calligraphy and so on, but the way you tattoo can be very different. So the people that came from the more traditional tattooing side, they were doing the old school tattoos with bold lines and bright colors. They would bring this into the Chinese style of tattooing. But then you had another side that came from the fine line tattooing techniques that developed into something else. So when I came to China, I thought I was going to do more of painting traditional motifs and so on. But it turns out that this was not correct. I had to learn a new style of tattooing. Now this was a great investment for me because it's always good to learn more, get better, and improve your skills. So when I started to see my teacher tattooing, I could immediately see that she was doing something else than I was doing. Now, just because my teacher is a young woman, it doesn't mean that she's not strict. So for example, it was one day we were working in the studio with a certain type of shading that had to be really, really smooth. And I was trying to get the technique correct, and I felt all of a sudden that I got it. So I got a lot of confidence boosting from it, and I told my teacher, okay, I'm going home now and I'm gonna practice by myself, and then I send you a picture this evening and you're gonna be so proud. I took a rest for 15 minutes. I took a cold beer from the fridge, opened it, Qingdao Pijiu, and then I started to practice. And I sent a picture and I asked get back from my teacher, this looked like crap. And with the help of my teacher, I actually figured this out and got my technique improved a lot. So in the end, it was a good night. I learned something, but this is not far from getting that slap from your Kung Fu teacher when you do your stances wrong. Now the footage that you have seen here is from a family trip that we did a year ago. But I will go back to China soon again, and I will bring my camera, so make sure that you like, share and follow, and stay tuned for more cool videos from China. Vad gör du, Maja?